try. So that's the thing with the warthog. They're about this tall. And the grass and the shrub is about, oh, there we go. She's popped out. It's also about the same height, but there we've got a view. Perfect. This would almost certainly have been the female or the mother of that youngster. Busy grazing again. I mean, life goes on as well. She will have new youngsters again next summer, perhaps raise all of them. Who knows? She's very healthy and good condition as well, so she will have other babies in her life. She's got a remarkable gift for walking in behind things from us. Quite good conditions for the herbivores. Herbivores are animals that eat plants, so everything from elephants to warthogs, antelopes, giraffe, and so forth. And that's the fact that even though the rains were very late, I mean, the guys down here were predicting one of the worst winters in a long time in terms of drought. But then the rains came quite late, so now you've got this sort of autumn flush of greenery. So great food for them. You can see around her there, nice fresh grass to graze on. Not just the leaves of the grass, but also all the roots would have now swollen with the moisture from the rain. So when the grass dries out, she'd be able to dig out the grass and get to the roots as well. They dig a lot of the times just using the top edge of that snout. As she gets closer to us, we might even see it, but the snout is very hard, like normal pigs as well. They can actually sort of dig and shuffle through the undergrowth and turn over little leaves and twigs and get into the sand and get insects and things as well. I mean, I referred to herbivores just now. Warthogs, to be technically correct, are actually omnivores, same as humans or monkeys, jackals, foxes. In other words, they eat almost anything. Insects and grubs and little worms and things as well. But mainly they eat grass and roots. They dig out a lot of roots with a snout, and if it's tough roots, they use those tusks, the top set, sort of the blunter, heavier working instruments they can use to dig with as well. I'll move slightly again. She could tell from yesterday. Good, let me just see, sorry. Give me a second, let's just be patient. It looks like she might be heading down this way. Question to answer here, and I'd love to get a few answers, please, guys. I would love to know, why did the warthog cross the road? And while you send us a few answers on that, I'm really looking to getting those because I could use them as gold down the line. I might use some of them years down the line, so please let me know what you think. On that same note, I know there were a few comments about coffee and tea. I do love tea as well, but in the morning when the sun is rising, I'm very happy with the coffee. And I'm also very happy to tell you that HT is back on the road. Wendy's sorted. He's moving along, so you're going to join him for a bit, and we're going to head west, and we will see you back in a bit again. That's out of shot.
So folks, we've just got our camera on some beautiful antelope here, kudu, which we've seen many times. They're very common, but it's just a matter of stopping when you can to see these magnificent antelopes. She's got a magical little calf with her. I'm trying to... One's gone off to the left and the other one's gone off to the right. We did, just to give you a bit of an update on a vehicle, we just went back to final control, and Wium took off the fuel filter. We cleaned it out, we put some more fuel through it, we had to do a bit of bush mechanics on it. We didn't have an air gun, so we used the reverse of a vacuum cleaner, blew it out, put it back on, started perfectly, and we drove off. That was until now, when I just tried to start it again and it's not starting. So if we just be patient here a little bit, and it might get right itself. We get a situation when we get some dirt in the jerry cans, or the jerry cans get a little bit dirty. The fuel also that we get out here can have some impurities in it. It's a long haul by the time it gets to the bush, and you'll just pick up impurities every time it's put into tanks and things like that. So you're dealing with a little bit of dirty fuel. Your fuel filters on the vehicles do end up getting a little bit clogged up. So we could be here for some time, or we could have the luck. Maybe I'll just give the lucky porcupine quill a bit of a rub here. Let's see how we go. Even the porcupine quill didn't match that one. We've got no kudu in sight at the moment, but a magical experience to see these beautiful antelope. The males have a very big spiral horn. There might be a male around, but it doesn't look like there is at the moment. The gestation period is a really interesting one for a kudu. It's 9 months, okay, so similar to that of a human. And again, the reason for that is these longer gestation periods is because these animals have to hit the ground running. They have to hit the ground running. They have to be prepared to be able to run as quickly as they possibly can. So we're just going to move up in a second. You get this. So I think the situation is probably best that Wium and I sort this out, rather than you sitting here with us not moving. I'll rub the lucky porcupine quill as much as we can. We'll get this happening for you. We should cross to Pete because he's over at Arathusa going across over to some roads that he hasn't been to for a while, and I'm sure he's up to something more interesting than this vehicle breaking down. So we'll see you just now. Yes!
Alright, guys, welcome back this side. It seems Wendy might have 1 or 2 surprises up her sleeve for us still, but we'll sort it out. Nice kudu. And we are just covering some ground at the moment. This is one of the main roads, as you can see, just looking at it. One of the bigger roads, called Gowrie Main. And we're heading west, and now we're going to go southwest down towards Arathusa Lodge. Beautiful area. I haven't actually driven there since we've been back this time around. Looking forward to seeing that waterhole, one of the nicest waterholes in the area. And we're also doing a test, so this is part of the, call it the rehearsal plan. We're going to see if we can sort of stretch our legs a bit further with some of the new gear that's gone up. So just to see if we can maybe go further than we could before. So if we are going to break up a little bit, as always, we know you are understanding, we know you are patient, but also know that we are testing something that can give us more, bring us more down the line on the drives. Otherwise, as always, it's nice to drive in the bush. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the view, let your thoughts wander. Or if you want to talk a little bit, we're going to have 1 or 2 questions that we're going to go through regarding hyenas and leopard from early. We had some great questions coming in. And as I said earlier, guys, if you're having your tea or your coffee, enjoy it with us. And I'm still waiting to hear, looking forward to hear some of those Warthog crossing the road answers. I'm expecting 1 or 2 beauties coming out of it. Already, Katrina, great one. I might even just tweak that a little bit with you, if you don't mind, a bit of poetic license, Katrina. You've been on drive with us many times. Katrina's saying the Warthog crossed the road because the chicken was on safari or on holiday. I think that's an excellent explanation. People so easily get confused about, things like that. They could be thinking the warthog was crossing the road to go drink water, but obviously there's more to these things than one might think.